What's up? We want to give y'all a life update. What's been going on with us? What's been going on with baby Taylor? It felt like my tongue just got really heavy for a second. No, we're not. We're keeping this in here. This is gold. So we want to give you a life update. What we did not too long ago is we had a baby moon.
Yeah.
You want to tell them what a baby moon is?
A baby moon is just some time for mommy and daddy to go away, and they travel and they just go get away from the home
before the baby comes.
And so it was definitely something that I was truly blessed to do, because I was just crying out to go to the beach. I really wanted to go to the beach.
So we went to the beach for our baby moon, just to hang out, just to get away.
It was awesome.
Just to breathe, relax before Taylor gets here. And I think it was really important. It was really healthy for us because we know once she gets here, from all the stories we've heard,
things are going to change.
Be up throughout the night. Oh yeah. We're gonna be very blessed every night.
Every night.
Hour on the hour.
Yes, blessed. Blessings on top of blessings.
Yeah, so that's kind of a segue into our topic for the day, and so we're gonna get into that. But I encourage you to just get away for a little bit, just to breathe, relax, get away from everything, and just be refreshed, so that when the baby gets here, you'll be ready to just jump start it. This is our first baby. Ask us how we know this information. We're learning it as we go. It's just some kind of wisdom that's been downloaded in us. And so we thank God for that. So
and we're embracing it. We're embracing it all, you know.
And so y'all coming along on the journey with us. So our topic for today is
perspective.
Boom, right on cue.
Yes.
In the last video, we were talking about how many people had told us how difficult you know, the whole maternity process would be, how difficult the delivery process is, how late you're gonna be up at night, the pain, the morning sickness, all of that stuff that we were told, all the horror stories. Even moving past that, you know, staying up late at night, we're hearing the stories about the baby's gonna be up all night and you're not gonna get any sleep.
And we're not trying to be naive to
not at all.
It's a new being, it's
not
a new
naive
life.
at all.
And she's getting adjusted.
Right, but the thing about it is just like when your perspective on the situation is different than how most people's outlook is, then it kind of changes how you react and respond to the same situation. So, for instance, you know, if I can give you an example, say we believe that Taylor is a gift. We believe that our child is a gift. And so if she is a gift from God, then with any gift that somebody gives you, or with most gifts, there's some type of maintenance on it. Even if somebody gives you a car, they hand you the keys to a car and they say, hey, here's your brand new car. There's maintenance that comes with that vehicle. So perspective, a good perspective says this was a gift, so I'm not gonna complain about taking my car to the car wash.
I'm not gonna complain about putting gas in my car.
I'm not gonna complain about insurance for my car. That's what's needed for it, you know what I'm saying? So you don't complain about the maintenance of the vehicle because it was a gift. It was a gift.
The reason that we wanted to cover this topic is because if your perspective on the inside isn't right, or if your perspective is flawed to where it begins to hinder you, you can't enjoy life. And so this is our whole purpose for this segment that we're doing today.
Have you ever had somebody try to put their limits on you? Like somebody try to put their boundaries on you, or somebody try to put their flaws or their limitations or their weights or their failures on you? Like we've experienced that before, where we would have ideas, we would have creative concepts, and the response from other people will be what they have experienced before in that same area. And so if you're not careful, you'll find your perspective start to be shaped by other people's perspective. You'll start looking through their lens except yours. You'll start feeling like, oh, well, since they failed, maybe I'm gonna fail too.
Just my own personal experience recently that I had to deal with changing my perspective is on my job. And you know, it was a lot of things that was being shaken up on the job, and I would come home, I would vent to Ty about it, but he was always not necessarily saying that I was right in my own opinion about it, but he heard me out, but then also, you know, let me know, gave me a different perspective. Gave me a different perspective. So I had to actually begin to work at that and change my mindset when I go into work. There were times when I would wake up in the morning and already in my mind it was like,
you already played out.
I don't want to deal with this. My whole day was planned out, and it wasn't a positive perspective. It wasn't a great or expectation or that things would be better. You know, it was already like, I already know this is going to happen. This is going to happen. I have to deal with this, and I really don't even want to deal with it. And so I'm dreading it the whole time, and I hadn't even made it to work yet. And so just recently, my perspective has begun to change, and I'm starting to. I think about it now, and I don't even think that way.
You know why your perspective changed?
Why, honey?
Because something happened on the inside
of me.
Right?
Inside of me.
Something happened on the inside of her where her perspective was one thing, but then she didn't allow the situation itself to control her. But she said, I'm going to change what's happening on the inside of me.
And so that's the whole purpose of the enemy. He tries to come and suffocate the things that, you know, maybe God has placed in you to change or to do, to step out on. And so I was beginning to feel so cloudy that I felt like at one point there was no way out. It's like, how? I'm believing for this, and I know God said this, but right now I feel like it's no way out. And so because I felt that way, it made me frustrated towards everyone around me. And so, like Ty said, I had to allow God to begin to change some stuff within me. And it wasn't an overnight process. It was like working up to it, and even catching the thoughts that came to my mind.
The enemy is a perverter. He's perverted. He likes to distort things. And so the picture that I had in my mind, if you can imagine, is just, you know, if you're looking in the mirror and you're looking at your image, if you're looking at your reflection, then what the enemy does is he just simply smudges the mirror. Your image hasn't changed. Nothing about you has changed at all. All he did was smudge the mirror, right? And so now when you look at it, what you see is a distorted picture of yourself. And so what happens a lot of times is, for some people, the distortion is so, no, not the distortion, the self-esteem is so deeply rooted, and they get so used to seeing what's in that mirror that now it's a lot easier just to accept the smudge and the distortion in the mirror as opposed to just doing some deep cleaning on the mirror. And so the enemy is real clever in how he does it. It's like it's a simple fix, but it seems so difficult to us. We'd rather just embrace the distortion. We'd rather just embrace, this is what we like to say, oh, I'm just keeping it real. I'm a realist. And so it is what it is. There's a lot of stuff that people like to say sometimes when, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that saying, but what I'm saying is, it's like, those are some of the things that people like to say, it is what it is, because they feel like
they don't want to,
either I don't want to change it or it can't be changed, when really sometimes there's something deeper on the inside of us that's like, really, it can change, but I don't have the energy to change it. I don't feel like changing it. But don't let life just come to you. Go after it. You know what I'm saying? Like, embrace life.
You're here for a reason. And there's so many other people that's connected to something that you are created to do.
Something. You're saying something.
Don't be selfish.
You're saying, because you said it's a lot of people that's connected to what you were called to do, and there's two sides to that. On one end, you're going to encourage a lot of people by your perspective changing. With you getting outside the box, with you venturing out, with you being creative, you know, and going after some of the things that you've always wanted to do, one thing it's going to do is it's going to encourage other people to want to go after their dreams. It's going to encourage other people to say, man, you know what? Maybe that can go well. You know, when somebody comes to you and they say, hey man, every time I've done that, it's come out bad. But for you to say, nah, it's going to go good this time. They're going to say, you know what? Gives them hope. Maybe it will.
Gives them a greater expectation.
Then the second thing that it's probably going to do is it's going to make people uncomfortable. It's going to make people very uncomfortable, because now that your perspective has changed, now it forces them to make a decision. Either I have to adjust what I've been believing or what I've been thinking towards this, or I can't be around them anymore because they're challenging all that I've known all this time. It's all about perspective. What we're talking about, you know what I'm saying? And so what we have, you know, people, I'm sure people who are watching, they're probably like, oh, that's too good to be true. I know they got some dirt. Yeah, we got dirt. Everybody got dirt.
Like we said,
you know what I'm saying?
The video. We are not perfect by far.
Right.
However, we make a decision.
We choose to enjoy life.
We choose to enjoy life. And with that, we choose to change the way we think and the way we do things.
Exactly. And so what that does, people who are watching, what it does is they say, you know what, that's not real, and they write it off as, oh, that's too perfect. They're challenged with what they've been believing to be true all of this time, right? And so they just write it off, or they say, you know what, maybe this is possible. Maybe now I don't have an excuse. Maybe if I want to get married, or maybe if I want to stay married, then now I see an example, or now I see it's possible. So now I can actually step out and do it. And so what we want to do is challenge you today to step out. You know what I mean? Think differently. Think outside the box. Change your perspective on what you've been looking at. Whatever, you know, whatever creative ability that God has given you, whatever God-given gifts or talents that you've been working on perfecting, whatever visions that you've had, whatever things that He's shown you, whatever it is that you just love to do but always been scared to pursue it because people have put their limitations on you or trapped you in whatever this box is. Get outside the box and go after it. Pursue it. Embrace life and enjoy the whole process. Thank you again for watching. Thank you again for all the gifts. We don't even have time to go over all that, but gifts are still coming in. Still showing up on the doorstep. Literally 3 days back to back to back. Stuff that we weren't even expecting just showing up. Favor, people blessing us, sowing into us that we didn't ask for. Things that we wanted. Sincerely desired. Like, we have to do this on another video. We will. Things that we desired but we didn't want to ask for, that just showed up literally on the doorstep.
Yeah, God is good.
No joke.
Yeah, He is.
No joke. So we will see you next time, and next time we see you, Taylor will probably be here. So thank you for your prayers and your support. See you next time.
All right, love you all. Be sure to subscribe.